First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh. Also, true Holy Black Messiah, the King of Kings, royalty himself, Yahweh Shah, Amashiach. Also, to find the Father, the truth out of one West. This is Fallen Kings coming back at you another lesson. The name of the lesson is we must stop the count bashing. We must stop the self-hatred among each other in Israel. We must stop us hating each other in this truth. Because one of the major commandments that the Lord left with us is that we love one another. We must stop the self-hatred. This has got to stop among each other. How can we expect to grow as a nation if we have self-hatred towards our brother in our hearts? We must stop the hatred. And the reason why I'm on this topic, because one of the elders, one of the brothers in his truth, have been in his truth for a while. I'm not going to mention any names. He's going through a lot of hard times right now. He's going through something. And instead of other brothers lifting his brother up in the spirit, they bashing him. And that's not the way that the Lord will want us to walk up rightly in his truth. He gave us a commandment that we love one another and not hate each other. Let me get the scripture real quick. It's the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I have given unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. That's the Lord. That's the commandment. The last commandment the Lord left with us. One of the commandments the Lord left with us, that we love one another. We can't love one another hating each other. We can't love one another bashing each other. If you see a brother going off, you pray for that brother. The scripture says in the book of James, chapter 5, verse 16, confess your faults with one another. Don't go on live TV and bash that brother, or live YouTube to bash that brother. Say, for instance, somebody who never heard about this gospel stumble across your channel, and you bashing a fellow Israelite brother. And this is a sister who's trying to really learn about the Lord, trying to get edified and learn about our Savior Yahweh Shah. So they trying to learn about the truth, and you bash another brother. That will bring confusion and strife towards that brother who trying to learn about the gospel. He don't know who to turn to. And that's bringing a confusion. And the Most High is not the author of confusion. This is the book of James, chapter 5, verse 16. Let me get this real quick. The book of James, chapter 5, verse 16. James chapter 5, verse 16. Confess your fault to one another and pray for one another, that ye might be healed. The effectual, fervent prayer of the righteous man availeth much. So the prayer of the righteous man availeth much. And it's what? This is a righteous man. A righteous man, we just read it. He will confess his fault with one another. Meaning he's not going to go on a public channel and bash him in front of millions of people. Because, to be honest with you, that's causing chaos and derision. And it could be a brother and sister who's really trying to learn about their nationality, who's really trying to learn about Yahweh. And by you bashing another brother, that can slow them up from joining the truth. And guess what? And by you doing that, we got to spend more time here in Babylon. If the goal for us to get out of Babylon, let us unify in this truth and to follow these commandments and love one another. Because you can't say you in this truth by hating your brother. And this is the greatest commandment. It was a man without wisdom and understanding came to the Lord. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 36. This was a lawyer. He came to the Lord. This is what he said. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahweh Shah said to him, thou shalt love the Lord. Listen up, brothers out there. Thou shalt love the Lord thou God with all thy heart. Meaning you're supposed to love Yahweh with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. Check this out. And the second and like to it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So you can't say you follow the law or the prophets if you don't follow these two commandments. Loving Yahweh and loving your neighbor. And the scripture says, let's get the precept. 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say he love Yahweh and hated his brother, he is a liar. People always say, I love Yahweh, Salakia. I love Yahweh. You know, shalom, shalom. They always brothers be saying that, but do you really truly love Yahweh? Because if you really truly love Yahweh, you won't be bashing another brother in this truth. You will be praying for this brother in this truth. If a man say I love Yahweh and hated his brother, he's a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he for he that loveth not his brother who he have seen, how can he love Yahweh who he have not seen? You see what I mean? How can you say you love Yahweh if you hate your brother in your heart? Who cares he in another count? Who cares whatever camp he in if he's trying his best to follow law, statutes, commandments in the faith of Yahweh Shah with the wisdom? We have no right to hate that brother. And in anything, you're supposed to pray for that brother. We just said that you supposed to confess. If you got an issue with a brother, confess your fault with that brother. Don't go in front of live TV and bash this brother on YouTube. Pray for this brother and uplift this brother's spirit, because we need it in these last days to love one another. Because believe it or not, Israel, we all we got. The world hate us. We don't even get support from our own women. So that lets you know that all we got is the brotherhood. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. Also, true back beside the King of Kings, royalty himself, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Also, the final father, truth out of One West. This is Father Kings coming right back at you with another lesson. To the hopeful elect to you, I say, Shalom.